Many twins share an amazingly close bond that often defies explanation. Stories abound of identical twins who literally feel each other's pain and can communicate telepathically. The extraordinary relationship between Karen and Kathy Mills makes a compelling argument that the mysterious connections between some identical twins may in fact be real. Karen and Kathy Mills were born on April 25, 1959 in Memphis, Tennessee. From the beginning, the two were inseparable.
I've known since they were tiny babies that they had this connection. And it was proven to me over the years that they felt each other's concern, and they had their own language, and they had to be close. They were always close. Even walking to school, they held hands.
But Karen and Kathy Mills' connection was much stronger than even their mother suspected. And as the twins grew older, this bond entered the realm of the unexplainable. Karen began to feel any pain or emotional turmoil that Kathy was actually experiencing. As teenagers, Karen would suddenly become irrationally angry, only to find out later her twin had just had a fight with her boyfriend. When Kathy gave birth to a child, Karen felt every agonizing moment of the labor.
If Kathy gets upset, stressed out, or worried, she sends, and I feel it. And I never had to ask her if she felt bad. I knew. It was just deciding if it was my pain or hers. You know, what's what.
Lisa Gans has interviewed over 100,000 twins worldwide in her quest to understand the mysterious aspects of being an identical twin.
A sympathetic pain within twins is common under extreme circumstances, like with Kathy and Karen. It's not during pleasurable experiences that you usually have that. It's primarily during periods of pain or something very harsh within their world.
But the strange link between Karen and Kathy Mills does not end with sympathetic pain. Both twins claim to communicate telepathically. That ability was dramatically illustrated on a Halloween night over 20 years ago. The year was 1978. Karen and Kathy Mills, along with their older sister Sharon, had dressed up for the holiday and were celebrating at a local club. At 8 p.m., Kathy and her date decided to leave early. Shortly after arriving home, the couple was suddenly assaulted by two men.
Hey, cowboy! Hey, what's going on? Hey! All right,
They grabbed us and they had a gun.
What you got, man?
They tried to rob us. And, you know, if somebody's pointing a gun at your head, you do whatever they tell you to.
Are you okay?
I have to go home.
At the precise moment Kathy was attacked, Karen was hit with an overpowering emotion.
I had this very strong slam of terror, you know, fear. I just knew something was very wrong, and I needed to get home right then.
What's he got, man? I know what he's got.
But Karen would not get home in time to help her sister. The muggers became enraged at the meager amount of money Kathy and her date had, and the robbery suddenly became a kidnapping.
Okay, he's like 6 feet.
Within minutes, police responded to the scene, but Kathy was long gone. Soon thereafter, Karen arrived in a state of panic.
Where's Kathy?
I don't know what. Who are you, ma'am?
Well, where's my twin? Where's Kathy?
Okay, what's your name?
Karen
Okay,
Mills.
Karen, I want you to have a seat right here. I'm going to talk to you in a moment, okay? Just,
Where's Kathy?
Ma'am, just sit down and relax. I'll talk to you in a moment.
And they were getting a description of the people in the car that had taken her.
I know where she is.
I was sitting in the police car and I'm going, wait a minute. I knew where they were. I could see it in my head.
According to Karen, she began to receive a series of terrifying images from her twin.
It's like I'm seeing what she sees. Addresses and, you know, numbers and signs, and I could sense and feel the upholstery and the vehicle and the carpet. I got a glimpse of this white sign and I knew exactly where they were.
She's on Airway Boulevard.
That's what I was telling the police. She's on Airways Boulevard. Go. Get somebody there now. That's where they are. And it's like, the police are like, oh, she's a nutcase.
And keep her quiet down there.
Karen Mills was not crazy. Her twin sister Kathy had in fact caught a glimpse of a sign from under her blindfold. It read Airways Boulevard. And it was then that Kathy's abductors turned vicious.
I will kill you if you don't shut your mouth, bro. Yeah, now you're gonna shut up, huh?
I got really scared after they hit me because they hit me really hard. And I realized then that I probably wouldn't make it. I figured they'd kill me. I just kind of stopped. I just stopped everything. I got really quiet. I just shut down.
I know where she is.
Karen Mills claims she felt and saw her sister's attack in excruciatingly vivid detail.
Sit down. Relax.
I got a picture of a gun coming down to my head, like getting pistol whipped. And then it disappeared. And I couldn't feel what Kathy was going on. I couldn't feel what was going on.
Kathy Mills waited for what she felt was inevitable death.
What's wrong with this car? Man, we're running out of gas, man. I thought you put gas in the car.
But then a twist of fate suddenly gave her renewed hope. The car she was in ran out of fuel, forcing her abductors to try and siphon gas from another car.
All right, watch the car. Get out the car.
Some dogs started barking and somebody kicked a trash can, and that started a whole array of people coming out. And this man and woman came out of the house and they said something to the guys, and they saw me and they said, "Oh, you boys are in trouble."
Get back in the house.
One of the guys turned around and fired a couple shots at the people, and then we started running.
Meanwhile, Karen had retreated to her apartment and waited for word from the police. By that time, her older sister Sharon had returned from the nightclub.
By the time I got there, the police were leaving. I couldn't believe they'd been there that long and not gone and done something. And Karen kept saying, "I'm really afraid."
I feel her.
Suddenly, Karen claims the transmissions from her twin resumed.
I feel her. What? She's running.
I could feel her running, and it was cold.
She's alive.
And I remember it was like relief. And I remember telling my older sister Sharon, she's alive, she's running. It's cold, but she's running.
In response to the gunshots, police had descended on the neighborhood, and Kathy's kidnappers decided to let her go.
Just go. Run for your life. Go.
Kathy Mills was rescued by the police, but sadly, her kidnappers escaped capture. Kathy was immediately taken to the hospital, where she was met by her twin Karen, her mother, and her older sister Sharon.
When I saw her first, she was on a gurney, and she told me, she said, "They really hurt me." And I said, "I know." And I said, "I won't let them hurt you anymore."
I looked up and saw Karen, and she told me that I would be okay and I was safe now, and Karen always took care of me. She started telling me a lot of things that she saw. She had seen the things I had seen.
I knew that they had actually seen these same things. And I knew that I had questioned both of them before anybody got to them. And I knew that it's true that Karen can see what Kathy's seeing.
There have been studies done over the years trying to explain the telepathy or the feelings of sympathetic pain amongst twins. They've never come to any finality disproving or proving that it exists. People are well aware that it happens, and it's something that's unexplained.
Today, Karen and Kathy Mills live over 700 miles apart, but remain in constant touch. Although both are content to be twins, their extrasensory bond can sometimes be a painful burden.
We physically share the good times, but the extrasensory stuff, it's all negatives. It's stress, pain. it's really bad. I have enough for two people. There has to be a way to control this. I just haven't figured it out. Maybe there's somebody out there who knows a way to do it.